This is what they are teaching 1st through 4th graders.
I've got 3 10s, which is 30, and 5 1s, so that is 30 plus 5. 12 is 1 10 plus 2 1s. Okay, so that's step 1. The next step would be to draw a large box. Okay, and on this box, we're going to put both of our expanded numbers. So on the top, I'm going to put 30 plus 5, and on the side, I'm going to put 10 plus 2. Where your plus signs are, I want you to draw lines through the middle and down it. And then in the very corner, we're still multiplying, so I'm going to put a big multiplication sign. Starting with our very first number on the top, we say 10 times this, 10 times that. So first we're going to do 10 times 30. Sometimes it gets a little tricky when we have those extra zeros on there when we're multiplying by a 10. So I like to say 1 times 3 is 3. And how many zeros do we have? We've got 2, so we attach them to the end of the number. So 10 times 30 is 300. We did 10 times this, 10 times that. 10 times 5 is 50, so it goes in the first box. And then we do 2. We go down to the 2 because we're done with the 10. 2 times this, 2 times that. So 2 times 30. 2 times 3 is 6. And between both of these numbers, I've only got the 1 0, so I attach it to the end. 2 times 30 is 60. 2 times this, 2 times that. Now I'm going to do 2 times 5. 2 times 5 is 10. I filled up all my numbers on the inside. Now all I have to do is add them up. So over here I'm going to add 300, and I like to check them off as I go. 50, 60, and 10. Make sure you line up your places too. 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0, those are zeros all the way down, so 0. 0 plus 5 is 5. 5 plus 6 is 11. 11 plus 1 more is 12. Bring that 2 and carry that 100. 3 plus 1 is 4, and that is your answer. 35 times 12 equals 420. I've got 3 10s, which is 30, and 5 1s, so that is 30 plus 5. 12 is 1 10 plus 2 1s. Okay, so that's step 1. The next step would be to draw a large box.
How do you feel about the school system now that Common Core has been implemented?
Well, since Common Core has been implemented, as a Clovis student, I would say Common Core messes up with kids' learning environment, and it messes with kids' brain and cells, the brain cells within their system, because Common Core is meant to teach students in a different way than anybody else learns. That's why students in Clovis are ahead of schooling in Fresno. Now, since Common Core has been implemented into Fresno Unified Standards, that's what messes up the students, is because their brain is not able to function without the old ways of teaching. Because all the ways of teaching were simple and basically simple math, simple science, simple geometry, simple everything.
Easier overall.
It's easier overall when it comes to old, but when it comes to Common Core, it's basically, how can I put this? It's basically like, it's how people react to it. It's that, oh, it's for smart kids. Yes, it's for smart kids, but at the same time, I strongly disagree with that. I mean, it helps you learn a new way, but at the same time, as Common Core is being implemented, I strongly disagree with the topic that should be implemented into Fresno Unified School Districts, because it messes with the kids. It messes with the kids' brain. It messes with the kids' learning. It messes with the kids' thinking. It messes with the students. It messes with the students in general. And you cannot retract the fact that it's messing with the students that in a way that they don't know how to learn basic math anymore. They don't know how to learn basic science anymore. Those were requirements for every school: basic science, basic math, basic everything. As you were taught in old ways, it was basic, it was easy, it was simple. But as a Common Core, it just makes everything harder on the students than it does on teachers. Because teachers, when they're taught it in a better way than students can understand it. So they're introduced to it before we're introduced to it. So if we're thrown into a class that the teacher's teaching Common Core, and we're like, what's going on here? Because we don't know what it is. We're just used to our parents teaching us how they were taught. So Common Core being implemented into Fresno Unified School District, I highly disagree with the topic. It's because students, I'm failing it too, but I'm failing every subject, but still. Students don't need to fail every subject because of one simple change, and that would be Common Core. Common Core does not determine whether you get into college or not. It's the basic skills of how you use your knowledge to the fact of the basis. So the basis of using your knowledge, that's how smart you are. It's not what grade you get, it's not what grades you have, it's not your GPA. It's not based on how hard you're learning for Common Core, it's based on how you're using your knowledge for college. So by the time Common Core is implemented into Fresno Unified School District is when students will actually know what it's like to be confused, and students will know what it's like to go into Clovis subject, because Clovis, they're ahead. Coming as from a former Clovis student, we're ahead. They're ahead. They're always ahead. They're always a step ahead. Now, if we were to implement Common Core, if we're to implement Common Core to this standard of the situation, then who knows? Who knows where Fresno Unified will be able to take their next step in advantage to make the students learn better, or say, smarter.
How do you feel about the school system now with Common Core implemented?
I believe that it could majorly improve in many aspects. Like for one, I think it should make the kids care, because most, to be honest, do we really do we care? I mean, to be honest, I think it should majorly improve.
How so?
Just get rid of some courses that don't really matter, like geometry, you know? Personally, I think at a younger age we should have an economics class later on, and have more options for our language, and a bunch of other ideas.